From VHS tapes to DVDs and 8 tracks to CDs to iPods to Spotify, we've seen so much change over the past few decades that it can give you whiplash. So much so that kids these days might not even realize what came before them. There's much to discuss. Time for day 2 of our Hot Topics week. New Day Hot Topics is brought to you by Silver Reef Casino. Here to reminisce with me, Team New Days, Alexis, Marcus, Spencer. We're all here. This panel spans from Gen Z to younger millennial to elder millennial. We're going to get into it, but first, Alexis brought the snacks. You got to go to Tarjay. We all said our favorite things that we needed. I was like, I need Capri Sun. I need Gushers. Are having a moment. Spencer, what did you want?
Fruit by the foot, and I love a Pop-Tart.
Okay.
Love a Pop-Tart.
The Pop-Tarts were for me. I'm just glad they still have all the things, you know? Just like
My hot
add to
take,
cart.
I hate Pop-Tarts.
What?
Okay, you didn't say anything when we talked about this, and I was like, I feel like Kelly hates these.
I hate them.
Pop-Tarts are like the OG snack. You
Really?
know when you're that
Is that
latchkey
the one
kid,
speaking
you
to
go
you?
home and pop them in the microwave?
This was
Oh,
my
and you like it hot too? You want it in a
Why not?
toaster?
You eating it cold?
Yes.
Yes.
Either
Yes.
cold or nothing.
That's
Do you
like-
like it cold
I
too?
like it just as cold as can be. Like, I don't need to
Yes.
burn my whole mouth on a
What?
Pop-Tart.
That's like eating cereal with no milk. How are you
I
going
also do
that's
that.
me again.
I also
It is
do
all
that.
the same
Well,
person.
yeah.
Wait, you guys don't have milk in your cereal?
No, it makes it
Just crunch.
soggy
No,
and
you
gross.
guys, that's crazy.
I have never met anyone else, Spencer. This is
Little
a
snacks,
moment.
see?
Marcus,
That's what we're
what
here.
snacks are speaking to you, my friend?
You know what? I'm gonna be real.
None of these.
My snack is not there because I wanted a Chico stick, and I feel like we couldn't find one.
I don't even know
You
what
didn't
that
ask
is.
for it,
I
so
didn't ask
I
for
didn't
it.
look. But I feel like if you would have, maybe like, I don't know, an old candy store.
It probably would have cost like $5, and it's
That would have taken you back
And that would
into
take me
time.
way back.
That's an okay candy. It's a little like dry and crunchy.
Yeah.
But I know.
Can you describe it for people at home that have never
So,
heard of this?
A Chico stick, it looks like a taquito. It's long like that, and it has like a peanut butter crunch. It's kind of like I don't know, like a
Skinny Reese's?
skinny Reese's.
A Butterfinger.
A Butterfinger, but long.
yeah.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
doesn't look like how you'd think it would.
No.
Looks less.
But that was your go-to. You
Everybody
got it every
Google
day.
that
That's my
right now
go-to.
while you're still watching the show.
That's my go-to.
We talked about this in the intro. Kids these days, they'll never understand all the things that we went through to get to this point. I'm talking first about CDs in the car. When you had to like manually switch them out too in the back. Like that was what my car had, like an 8 CD changer,
Yep.
and I thought I was so cool. But you had to like put your car in park, get out, switch it around. I had Mariah Carey, Spice Girls, Usher,
Yep.
Let It Burn.
Oh my gosh.
What was everyone listening to in their car?
Well, so my mom had like the big CD book, you know, like all the suburban moms had like their big book of things, but I don't know, she was always listening to Jewel, so I was like, she's like, do you remember this song? I was like, girl, that was non-stop on repeat in our car. Like, girl, how could I
Yes, yes. Can't Fight the Moonlight. Is that Jewel, right? I don't know. I think
The
so.
worst thing is with the CD changer in the back, you'd hit a bump and then it skip, and you'd be jamming like, oh my God, gotta start it over, gotta start over.
And then you like forget what CDs you have back there, so you're just like trying
Right.
to tune in. You're
I
like,
think
I
that's
don't
what
know.
made it kind of fun.
Oh, okay.
You know, because you like didn't know, and so it's giving maybe early Spotify when it's a curated
Random.
mix that you don't know. You're like, oh,
Pandora,
what's
you're like, I want
gonna
this gonna
be?
be.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Spencer, you might be the youngest at the table, so what were you
Sure.
listening to?
Sure. So when I had a CD, it was in my parents' car. So it was like a lot. It was a weird mix of like disco and then like Queen and Michael Jackson and like Britney Spears. So it was like all kinds of
Yes.
That's
Okay.
great.
yeah.
Okay,
So it was a
and
good
do you
vibe.
guys remember too the burn CD era, like the
Yes.
mixtapes,
Yes.
when a guy would be like, "I made you," like maybe that's just for Alexis and I, but I made you a burn CD, a mixtape. This made me think of you. That was
Yep.
so sweet.
That's
that was
mine
a
right
moment.
there. That's mine. My high school
Oh.
boyfriend, my very first boyfriend, made me that. I still played in my car every month.
Sorry to your husband.
I
Sorry to
know.
your man.
Shout out Sebastian. He doesn't even know. But yeah, so it was just a mixtape that he made, and it was from like LimeWire, so it had all of the music video versions that had the talking in it and the little like skits. It's all on there.
See,
That is amazing.
Yeah, it's
See, that's what's wild. Y'all talking about CDs. Back in my day, you'd have to make a tape and you'd run back there and record and then stop and then record it again. I made many Jodeci love tapes.
Whoa, the cheese here.
I'm
This is
telling you,
good.
that's what you got to do, man. Jodeci
Exactly.
keeps sweat back in the day.
Oh.
Did you like name the mixtapes? Like
You did-
anything
wait, it was-
Thinking of you.
It was like
XOXO.
it was like mixtape 1, then you put her name on it.
Oh, so you had it in rotation. You
then
maybe had a roster,
Yeah, then
like
you put it in the
mixtape 1
locker
through
right
10.
there.
Who knows?
Let's not get into the details.
You're like moving on from the cassettes. Bernsey, were you on there on like LimeWire? And what were the other ones that were
Napster.
Thank you.
Yeah, I did a little bit of that. That was a little after me. But I have made mixed CDs, but just like, yeah, not too insane.
Fair enough, fair enough. Okay, who remembers MapQuest? And this
Yes.
is like distracted driving, you guys. I remember having a Garmin, that was huge. But MapQuest, when you're printing out the directions and you're driving, you're trying to look down, like that was dangerous. Kids these days,
Yeah.
they have no idea who
know.
had maps, who had MapQuest.
My grandpa was always printing out MapQuest. I
I'm
feel
with
like
your
that was
grandpa.
my whole life.
Grandpa.
Oh my
He
God.
he just loved that. He's giving out papers, and I'm just like, I don't know. I
Shots
wasn't driving
fired
at
that
time.
we're the
Yo.
oldest here with everybody.
You're not that much older, but I mean, my grandpa was
My
using
grandpa.
To this very day, I still call it MapQuest. I have to catch myself and say Google Maps. You know what I mean? I mean,
it. That's funny.
back in the day, you have to know the cross streets. You have to know the major
Yeah.
cross streets. You have to know north, south, east, and west to give someone directions. Now, it's just a free for all. It's just on your phone, and you just go.
Yeah.
No one,
That's
no
what
one.
I don't feel like I know where I'm going. My dad always says, well, look at the mountains. You know, you'll know north and south and
Follow
look at
the
Mount
stars.
St.
Yeah,
Helens.
follow the
And I'm
stars.
like, I don't know, because I remember there's a story in college. I'm driving back from Missoula. Somehow I end up in Seattle, and my parents live in Kirkland. And I called my dad. I'm running low on gas. I'm crying. I had been driving 8 hours. I'm having a meltdown. And I remember first he's just like, well, how did you mess this up? Like, what did you
Passed
miss?
us.
And it's like, okay, well, we're already past that. What do
I
I
need
do?
help.
When do I turn? Like, I
need
was like
help.
So
panicking. And now you have your phone. You're good.
You have
you know?
everything. I mean, it's gotten so bad where people use their phone to go to the mall. Come on, you know how to get to the mall.
it,
You
yeah.
don't need to
Yeah.
put into the GPS. Just go to the
Yeah.
mall.
Does anyone even know how to read a map at the table? Like, if you didn't have your phone, no Google Maps, are we good? Can we get out of a
I feel
bind?
like I could figure it out.
I could probably figure it out. Just I feel
Maybe.
like I have a good sense of where north. I always know where north is, like in some capacity.
Good,
So
yeah.
I feel like I would get around.
Yeah, I feel like I can get through with the Thomas Guide. Still the OG, my friend. I can still do it. So y'all don't even know what the Thomas Guide is?
No, I don't. I really don't.
Oh, it ain't Thomas the Train. It's Thomas Guide.
I honestly was looking at you. I was like, where's he going with this?
See?
Are we talking about
Y'all
trains,
at
planes,
home.
automobiles?
Y'all know.
I know someone named Tom.
See? There you go.
Well, there you go. That's all we need to know. Before we had full-on phones too, and the gadgets and everything, we had flip phones. Like, we didn't even have text. You're playing, what's that game, Snake, back in the
Yep.
day on your
Yep.
your Nokia.
Yeah.
Wow. Do we remember a time? This looks like a burner phone now, you guys. Like, what's happening?
I mean, everyone had the Razor. Everyone had the Nokia phones. I mean, remember you can make your own ringtone?
Oh, that was a
Everybody
vibe.
had that, man.
What was your ringtone?
Man,
Do you remember?
I was a No Limit Soldier, so I had Master P ringtone song on there all the time. So every new Master P song that came out, I had it on my ringtone.
I remember mine vividly. Mine was
awesome.
Cyclone. Move your body like
yeah.
a
Oh my
cyclone.
God.
Anyone?
Yeah, I love it. No, I was like always trying to record. That was also like songs you couldn't just like get them on demand. So I'd wait for it to go on the radio and then
See?
record it with my phone. And then like Club Can't Handle Me was my ringtone.
Yes.
Recorded
The
from
club
the radio.
can't handle Alexis.
Yeah, Club Can't Handle Me in like 7th grade.
Here's the thing, like, I am like one life event away from just like ditching it all and getting a flip phone again.
No,
It's like,
I've-
it seems so nice.
I've had a couple friends talk to me about that. They're like, I don't want any of these apps on my phone at all. It's
Yeah.
just not helping. We must talk to you about dial-up internet.
Yeah.
The kids will never know that like little
sound.
sound too. And I also want to talk about landlines. My parents
Yes.
still have a landline. They still have like the answering machine with my dad being like, you've hit the Hanson residence. I still like
Yeah.
leave a message. I'm like, I know you guys can hear me, but do you remember when they could get on the other line? Like if your boyfriend called and they wanted to be sneaky and
Yep.
listen to the conversation, you could just pick up another line.
Crazy.
The worst
Yeah.
part is when you're on the phone talking to your girlfriend, your sister gets on the phone and says, "Hey, get off the phone! I need the phone. Hang up!" And you're like, "Oh my God, I'm sorry."
It's the same thing with the
Gotta go with my
internet.
sister,
Where
yeah.
they're like, you're on the internet, get
Oh
off,
my gosh,
you're
yes.
blocking.
You couldn't like use the phone and the internet at the same time,
No.
which is insane.
You get
You
knocked
really
off.
had to think about it too if you're getting on like AIM and
Yeah. Well, I didn't realize that dial-up internet only went away last year. I looked it up because I was like, oh, what year did this end? Like, it had to be like, a long time ago. Last year, last September, not even a year ago.
Wow.
That last user
like-
was torn up about it. They were just like, I can't.
I know.
This is so interesting.
Oh, my goodness.
Does anyone leave messages though anymore? Like when you're calling, like, or if someone leaves you a message, do you just look at like the transcribed message?
I listen to it. I always
I
listen
like to listen
Yeah,
to
I
it,
have like
too.
voicemails I'll save that I'm like, I'll never delete these, but my mom's always leaving me a voicemail.
Yeah, I'll listen
Yeah.
to them too sometimes.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
hey, maybe kids these days will never know. Leave a message. I listen to them too.
After the beat.
You guys, this was so much fun, and I'm so happy that you brought all these snacks. Gushers. I eat these like once a week, and everyone found that
So
kind of
good.
disgusting,
Wild.
but
It's taking us back. It's taking us back.
way back at a time. And now, are you looking for an unforgettable meal? The Steakhouse just north of Bellingham combines premium cuts, outstanding service, and a welcoming atmosphere. Come see why it's continually recognized as one of the Northwest's best steakhouse experiences. Reservations are recommended at silverreefcasino.com.
New Day Northwest is sponsored by Silver Reef Casino, your Northwest Washington destination just off I-5 at exit 260.